Hi everyone, my name is Yalda Hajavi and I focus my practice primarily on employment-based immigration and family-based immigration. One of the key cases that I often work on are what's called the national interest waiver petitions and the extraordinary ability visas. These types of cases allow highly skilled foreign nationals to self-petition for their green cards. So in other words, the foreign national does not need to depend on an employer to sponsor them for the green card. There are different types of evidence that both petitions, including different types of documentary evidence that we qualify as quantitative evidence, so evidence showing a person's publications, presentations, work products, awards, and so forth. But another key component to the case is the qualitative evidence that we submit in the form of letters of recommendations from experts in the foreign nationals field. These letters are very important to the case because they essentially show the government why this person, according to other experts in his or her field, qualifies for the national interest waiver or the extraordinary ability visa. There's no magic number as to how many letters to include, but I typically like to include 7 in my petitions. And this also depends on the strength of the case. So if a client has really strong quantitative documents, I may be able to get away with 5 letters. But typically I like to include 7. The letters that I include are typically 3 to 5 pages long, more or less. They introduce the client, their field of expertise, why they qualify for the national interest waiver or the extraordinary ability visa, and they also include a brief biography of the expert writing the letter, and then I get into more of the specific reasons why this person is exceptional or extraordinary in their field. In the national interest waiver letters of support, it's really important to include at least one paragraph that ties the work to the U.S.'s national interest, whether that's promoting the U.S.'s infrastructure in some way, economy, culture, and so forth, and be very specific that that's what that paragraph is intending to do. The extraordinary ability visa is really checking off the different criterion that this person is meeting for an EB-1A petition. In both cases, the experts are giving their objective analysis of the foreign national, but as we know, with any type of writing, no writing is purely objective. So there's definitely some subjectivity that goes into this, and that's okay, because we are also submitting the quantitative evidence through the documentation that I talked about earlier. Another consideration to have for the letters of recommendation is who they're coming from. So you definitely want to include letters that are coming from experts in the foreign nationals field. So if the foreign national is an AI expert, for example, you don't want to include letters from someone that works in the cancer research. The fields need to be related. So a musician's not going to have someone that works in the healthcare industry write a letter for them. The reason for that is you can't quantify this person as an expert in a particular field if you're not immersed into the field yourself. Now, of course, a lot of fields out there are nuanced and interdisciplinary, so you might have an expert doing cancer research and so does your client, but they focus on another type of research, or they're a physician in a separate type of field or specialty. That's okay as long as they have some knowledge of your client's expertise, whether by working directly with them or overseeing their work or working indirectly with them in some circumstances as well. So there definitely has to be a link there. Another key component to consider is that you and the client are writing the letter, not the expert. And that's really important to get across to these experts because they're busy people and they don't want to be writing 3 to 5 page legal letter for a green card application. So I hope that summed up a brief overview of what documents go into a national interest waiver petition and an extraordinary ability visa application, and also more specific information about the key evidence of letters of recommendation from experts. Thank you.